Do you know there is one artifact so priceless that Egypt has never allowed it to leave the country? It's called the Narmer Palette. Discovered in 1898 by James Quibell and Frederick, this relic tells the story of the great unification of Kemet under Pharaoh Narmer, the very foundation of ancient Egypt itself. Now, think about that for a moment. An artifact more than 5,000 years old, still holding secrets we are only beginning to understand. Welcome to another powerful journey into Black history, where we uncover the untold contributions of African people to civilization. If this is your first time here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, so you never miss these stories. Symbols of power. The Narmer Palette doesn't just show a king. It shows symbols, carefully chosen, deeply spiritual, and profoundly African. The white crown, the beard, the bull's tail, the mace, the makeup, the shendi skirt, the flail. All of these became the blueprint of pharaohs for the next 3,000 years. But here's the key. These weren't decorations. They weren't fashionable. They were messages. Messages about power. Messages about spirituality. Messages about identity. Let that sink in. The SCHLS. Let's begin with the shendit, the white kilt worn by pharaohs and commoners alike. At first glance, it looks like a simple skirt. But its design traces back to the aprons of early African hunter-gatherers, living in tropical climates where full clothing was unnecessary. They needed freedom, airflow, and protection. And above all, they had melanin. Melanin that protected their skin from the harsh African sun. So when you see pharaohs wearing these kilts, shirtless, standing proud, you are looking at a living symbol of their African origin. Think about that for a moment. Makeup. And what about the makeup? We often imagine it as decoration, but in Kemet, makeup was protection. Protection from the burning sun. Protection from disease. And symbolically, protection from evil. Every line of coal around the eyes was a shield. King Scorpion, even before Narmer, is credited with introducing it. So this was not just fashion. It was survival, it was spirituality, it was identity. Let that sink in. The flail. Then there is the flail scepter. At first glance, it seems like a simple tool. But in the hands of a pharaoh, it symbolized leadership. It showed that the king was not just a ruler but a shepherd, guiding his people, punishing enemies, ensuring order. And the deeper truth, the flail wasn't born in Egypt. It came from Nubia, centuries before the pharaohs. That means the very symbol of Egyptian kingship has African roots stretching southward. Think about what that means. The bull's tail. Now, take a close look at the pharaoh's waist. Hanging proudly is the bull's tail. Strange, isn't it? But powerful. The bull was strong. The bull was fertility. The bull was dominant. By wearing its tail, the pharaoh carried its spirit. In African spirituality, to defeat such a king, you had to overcome not just the man, but the life force of the bull within him. Even today, in parts of Nigeria, Kenya, and South Africa, leaders still carry fly whisks made from animal tails, the same tradition Narmer wore more than 5,000 years ago. Think about that connection for a moment. The mace. And then, the mace. Heavy, brutal, unforgiving. On the Narmer Palette, we see the king raising it high, ready to strike down his enemies. This was not only a weapon, it was a statement. A symbol of domination, a reminder that power was enforced with strength. Archaeology shows us that maces were first created in Nubia, long before Egypt rose to glory. Again, we see the truth. The roots of Egypt run deep into inner Africa. The beard. But what about the beard? Every pharaoh, every god, is shown with one. It wasn't about fashion, it was about divinity. The beard connected the pharaoh to Osiris, the god of the afterlife. It said, "This man is not just a ruler. He is a bridge between humans and the gods." But here's the twist. The very hieroglyph that represents Pharaoh is a bearded black man sitting on a throne. And that same sign was used to describe Africans deep in the continent. Let that sink in. The Egyptians themselves knew their connection to the rest of Africa. They saw them not as foreigners, but as kin. The crown. Finally, the crown. The white crown of Upper Egypt, the red crown of Lower Egypt, united to form the double crown, the great symbol of unification. But here's what most don't know. Archaeologists found the same white crown in Nubia, in tombs even older than those in Egypt. Which means, the symbol of pharaohs, the very sign of kingship, was African in origin. It began in Nubia, then spread north into Egypt. When you put it all together, the picture is clear. The crowns, the beards, the maces, the flails, the kilts, the makeup, the bull's tail. All of it was African. All of it carried meaning. And all of it proves one thing. Kemet was not separate from Africa. Kemet was Africa, so the next time you see a pharaoh, don't just see a king of Egypt. See an African king, a black king, a symbol of Africa's greatness and its gift to humanity. Think about that for a moment. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into our history, make sure you like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss another story about Black history and its global impact. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.